Just waiting on YouTube to get on. There you go. We're live. So today it's just gonna be music and work. So if you guys have any questions, just go for it. If not, take out your sketchbook, take out your pencils, your brushes. Hey Axe! So today it's gonna be silent and just focus, as I said, and you know, take out your pencils, take out your sketchbook and draw. So let me know if the music is too loud, if the music is too low, and I can fix it for you guys. This is basically non-copyright music that I can listen to without my videos getting taken away. So I'm also gonna write, if people has any other question, they can write within the chat. There you go. Wow, that was really badly written, but anyways. So I will check the chat. I will make sure that I don't lose any of the chat like last time. I hope this program is not gonna do anything stupid. Let's go back to OBS. And then just start painting. I even hid myself. I'm like, I think I had enough with me in the image over there. Today, it's this. So I think I was just looking at the painting and I remember someone on the stream said something like, just go crazy with it. I'm like, yeah. So I was like, I want hands. I might paint another bird. I will do a landscape in the back with waves and water and so on and so forth. There's some stuff on her face. I just realized that I need to fix the lips, but I will do that some other times. Today I will work on the hands, as I said, because the oil is still wet. And now is the time to do it. I was supposed to go to see the Sargent exhibition at the art museum in Stockholm, but I felt like I have to paint. And one reason I stood home is because, like I said, the oil is still wet. and I didn't want my oil to dry out, because that meant that I had to add a new layer again to be able to paint, so I'm not quite in the mood for that. Okay, let's start. Hopefully people can hear me in the chat. Axe, don't forget, you're the person that's helping me out with this stuff, so if there's any issues, you can also write on Discord. I'm on my mobile on Discord, not on my computer. I'm trying to really focus on this today. By the way, with your goddamn pum pum or whatever it was, I'm stuck with that now. There's no turning back. Okay, let's grab some brushes. I know. Pum pum like crazy, right? Alright, let's do this. Yeah, Axe, do that. I guess you gotta draw on the stuff that you sent me last time. The eye really looked really nice. Just listen to the music. Have the screen if you want or not. I just want you to know that you're not alone right now. We're all painting together right now. And that's really fun. I have to say, hands are not easy. It's like painting a face when I paint hands. And I don't know if you guys can see in the image, but I have a lot of texture because I had very thick paint on top. I did use the palette knife and scrape it off. So I guess this will work pretty well. Axe, do you want me to zoom on the fingers more? Because this is gonna get really slow, so I think it can be quite fun for people to have a more of a zoomed in. I know that some people doesn't like that, so I'm just asking since you're there. Okay, let's zoom in. There you go. This is the most zoomed in I've ever been on my painting. So you guys can see, has a lot of like texture. So right now I'm gonna take every finger in order, see what happens. Almost drop this. There you go, got the brush. It is a little bit annoying because I have so much texture right now on the finger. So we'll see if I'll have to sand it. Like even though I'm working on it right now, when it's dry, I might have to sand it down to get rid of the texture, but I guess it's gonna be fine. Since Axe wants to see more of the hands, I need to lower this. So, there you go. Yeah, it's really a lot of texture. Ugh. I think it's gonna be fine though. Hey Rocco! Today it's basically just painting and answering questions if someone has any. If you're there, if you want a drawing buddy, because that's one reason I kind of want this stream, take out your sketchbook. If you want to play games, you can play games and watch me paint. Whatever your soul wants. I was looking at this painting, like really close-up pictures of it, and the person, you can actually see that the painter wanted to change some stuff, so you can actually see what it was underneath it. So I'm actually thinking like, I don't think I need to scrape it off. That's the beauty about oils, you can actually see. And it's gonna brighten up. Right now my camera, I'm not sure if you guys are seeing the way I'm seeing it, is a little bit dark, the image. I never thought I would actually like this type of music while painting. It's actually making me feel really relaxed listening to this music. I really like it.
la alegría del valle y con el viento del mar, viene de tocao, viento del mar viene de tocao. Ay, ay, que manda capata, manda callao al pueblo entero.
Unfortunately, you guys will see more extra texture than me, since the camera is zoomed in a lot. It's not like the human eye. So I'm sorry if the quality is not the best for you guys right now. I'm glad, Rocco. I'm basically using this online site where I can use non-copyright music, because I do feel that, you know, you'll watch a live stream and sometimes you don't always want to talk, but you don't want to have it silent so people can... It's like listening to the radio and then all of a sudden you find some really nice music you never heard of. So the list is basically, let's see, what list do we have? Acoustic. It's the list we're listening to. And the site I'm using is, I can send it to you so you can see what site I'm using. This one. Okay, where was I? I usually like listening to ambient music, but somehow like you said, I wanted something more energetic, but yet not too powerful. The key with hands, I think, because you notice sometimes you look at some painters and the hands and fingers looks like, basically mostly the fingers, they look like sausages. One reason I said that hands is like a face, I wasn't joking. It's all about, you know, edges. Where does the edge blends depending on the values of what's underneath it or the value with the object that you're actually working with. So right now, here, I barely have any value between this line and this value over here. I can see that even on the screen it looks pretty good. The only downside of it, it's what it is the texture that kind of takes that away. But if I, let's see if, you see right now I have a shadow on top, so you don't see the texture. So you can see a little bit better the values. There you go, my camera got the setup. So I do have like a north lamp that I got for Christmas from one of my best friends. So, oh yeah, I promised that I will text her if I live stream. Just 1 second, I need to text my friends if they want to just... These two friends I'm talking about, we used to meet up every day almost and just paint. And I texted them last time that they should make a Discord account so we can just you know, paint and talk and just feel that we're together somehow. Okay, hopefully they will see it. I think I might have made this finger a little bit too long. I will fix it. The next painting that I want to do, I think I will try to do everything on live stream. I want to make this a thing. Like I feel like I'm also making friends that I can visit, like South America. So that's really fun. I like it, to connect with people. We're very blessed when it comes to that. And another thing with fingers is seeing perspective. Maybe one day I can draw for you guys the way I see hands and fingers. I used to do it a lot for my students when I was studying at school, teaching at school. And I was all the time drawing my hands, and I was trying to see tubes rather than just a form. Like not see it flat, see it more like three-dimensional rather than a flat form. I know that I will want to do something like that, like more of a teaching stream rather than just me painting on my project. It can be very, very fun. But one thing at a time. Okay, so right now I need to move that point this way. Okay, so then this finger might become a bit smaller, so okay, I need to clean up my brush. The thing with oils, it's not like pencil or like ink. Well, ink, with ink you actually can't erase at all, but you can still scratch the paper if you do it gently. But with pencil, it's so easy, you just pick up the eraser and you fix. With oils, you have to remix. And unfortunately, I think I waste a lot of oils, to be honest, because I like to stick to one brush at the point, which is good and bad at the same time. Okay, now this works better. When I painted the first layer, I used actually a pretty big brush. But right now I just want to use, it's kind of weird, this is a watercolor brush. And this brush was like maybe €1, super cheap for Sweden. And it works fantastic for what I wanted to do. And yeah, I usually like to have this on my palette. So sometimes I just clean up my palette, my brush really fast after I rinse it in my, well, it's not turpentine, but it's something similar to turpentine, but easier to breathe. So right now I need to kind of change this. And I'm trying to use less paper and not waste too much paper. And then I kind of clip it like this. I've learned this from a very good friend of mine. And that's it. And then it's easier. I don't have to hold it in my hand. Because I used to do that before when I was working with turps and my hand got really bad and really dry. So be careful if you're using turps. You need those hands. Excuse me. This is really fun. I actually want to make a painting with just like this figure being entangled by all of these arms. I actually want to call that anxiety, because sometimes when you have anxiety, you feel like something is just constantly pressing on you. So I want to make this kind of very bony kind of hands just gripping almost the flesh of this figure. So I'm spewing out the ideas out there. If someone does it before me, congratulations. No hateful feelings. It's not something we never thought about, so it's nothing new in my opinion. It's a shared feeling we all have, I think. And this is working. Now I just need to soften this value here underneath. It's too dark. So let's go for that. I really wonder if I can speak like Bob Ross. Like practice my voice to just have a gentle voice. And now we're just gonna soften that edge. There you go. Make sure it's not too sharp. Bring forward the value, take it upwards. There. Doesn't it look nice? Yeah, it's super fun. I was actually thinking of adding like a Bob Ross video while we work. I think that can be quite fun. I need to darken here. It doesn't feel like it's dark enough. So I don't use pure black, I just use ultramarine blue with permanent alizarin crimson. This is gonna be my palette. I really like it. There you go, we need to thin up the finger, it's too chubby. the hands I'm painting right now, the references is basically my hands. Most of the hands you might see in my paintings are my hands. I think that's the only thing I really love about myself, it's my hands. I mean, if I don't have hands, I'll have to paint with my feet or something. Let's see, I need to give more structure to this. This looks a little bit plasticky. Let's see. Find some colors. Let's see if I can do it. Like I said, it's fun painting hands, but it is quite challenging actually. What brand of colors, brushes and canvas are you using right now? Well, to be honest, right now for detailing, I'm using this brush. Maybe it's easier if I do it like here. So this is basically a watercolor brush. It's nothing fancy about it. I just like the fact that it's quite long. So for example, this is my finger. You can see that it's quite long and nice in comparison to some other brushes that are either too long or too short. So right now I feel that when I use this brush, it's like I'm actually drawing rather than painting, because I do have some drawing issues within the hand, so I need to fix that. And this is also synthetic. And then the brushes that I usually love to sketch with are these brushes. This is Bristol and this is pig hair. As I know from the shop where I buy these, I buy them from Sweden. It's no brand on them. Let's see if I have one that has the brand on it. Yeah, there you go. So it's not, they don't make the brushes, but apparently they order them from Germany and then they add their brand onto them. But these brushes, I find them really good because it helps me just be loose while I sketch. Because for example, when I painted the first layer of the hands, I used this brush. It's fast, it keeps more of the oil within the brush, and it can take a lot of damage, because when I paint I can be quite fast on the canvas, which burns the tips of the brush. So for example, this is quite of a used one. I can show you the difference between a brand new one and the used one. If I can, is there another one? Just one second. I think it's quite important for you to see all of this. See, do I have a brand new brush? It needs to be the same number. I think this is the number 6. Yeah, there you go. You see? So this is brand new. This is used. You see how it's just trimmed down? It's because I paint very fast, and again, it burns the tips. It's really interesting. I never thought about that until I noticed I still have the brush. So from like this length, it got to like half of it. I think it's kind of fun to see that. And then other brushes. I have my softening brush somewhere in here. To soften, mostly when I paint faces, I use this brush. You can see it has more of a softer texture even in comparison to this one, but it's very soft to the touch. See, has more of a it's almost like you can actually use this for makeup on your face. That's how soft it is. I rarely paint my first layer with this brush. This is just my softening brush. What I mean by softening is it's like when you want to smoothen out an edge, I use this brush. I have other brushes where it's more like I think it's called fan brush. Let's see if I have one of these. Yeah, there you go. So this is a fan brush, this one. I rarely use these ones. This can be quite fun for texture. I don't recall using this that much, so I can't really say what exactly I use it for. Sometimes for just fun and practice, I guess. But for details, I use these two brushes and this one. So these are like my detail brushes that I like using. Sometimes I can just use a very thick brush as well for like small little details, depending on what I want to have as my end result. This painting is quite tight for the usual way I paint. I mean, I'm going in between styles right now, which is fun, but it's pretty bad if I want to get noticed by a gallery, because they want an artist that can stick to one style rather than experimenting too much. So if you want to be a fine artist, it's good to find your niche and just keep on doing that. This is also a little bit, I think sometimes when you find a gallery you have the pressure, because with time you might want to experiment and develop more. And I'm gonna lower the music just a bit. I don't know how you guys are hearing this. So the thing is that when a gallery picks you up, they pick you up because you have a certain voice, and they appreciate that a lot. That's one reason they picked you up. But for example, what happened to Odd Nedrum, a very famous Norwegian painter, he started changing his subject, not really his technique. And he started painting these floating figures, and he wasn't as popular, or as I understood, people didn't really like that. So he had to go back to what he was painting before. I hope this is the right information I have received from this person that told me this. I know other artists that, like, galleries told them, like, if you paint this, I can sell it for you. And they choose to just be a teacher rather than doing that. You know, like, some people just have a strong sense of, you know, not listening too much to their ego, I guess. So it's what it is. So if you have any other questions, I can try and answer them, because from brushes I went to galleries. But that's one reason I think I talked about galleries, because I brought up the fact that I don't paint usually this tight. I think one reason I'm kind of changing and going more towards a tighter look is because of my previous pencil drawings. I really enjoy the way those pencil drawings... Hey Vekart, I know you're from Norway. When you said Nedrum is the shit, you're referring that he's a very good artist, right? I can't get sarcasm right now. Because I kind of like Nedrum. When I think a journalist asked him, like, what type of painter you are, or something like that, and Nedrum was like, I'm a kitsch artist, because he's considered kitsch, and I just want to, like, ask him, like, what's kitsch about his work? Just because he painted a woman taking a turd in a forest, that's considered kitsch? Yeah. Oh well. I like some of his work, not everything. I've seen his paintings in real life, and there's some paintings that I just wish I had the money to buy them. Like, I never thought I could see such a sensitive painting from him. So sometimes I think people just shows the most nastiest stuff just to shock. But deep inside, I think he's a very sensitive person as well, like all painters, I guess. Okay, if you guys have any other questions, let me know, and I will just get back into it now. There you go, the music is back. I'm going back to my detail brushes. The person that asked me, Indrani, as a medium, I'm using poppy oil. I like poppy oil a lot because it doesn't dry my oils too fast, if you're wondering about that. I usually have a very weird way of painting. I like to go darker if I have to paint dry on wet. So I went darker and now I'm like brightening it up gently so I can get this smooth transition. I don't know if you guys saw the way I started it, but... What do you mean he liked my neighbor too? Hey Septi! How was going back to the school again? Well, school, the college art thing you're having. God, when I was in school, like my art school in my country, I hated it. Everybody there at the school sometimes were so negative. It was so hard to actually be creative in that toxic environment. It was kind of sad. I'm glad I'm out of it. Lord of Onions. Yeah, I think it looks okay. It's sunk in right now, the dark, so it kind of looks like Grumpy Bird, but I think that once I retouch varnish it or I add some oil to paint a little bit more on it, it's gonna look better. Vegard, do you live close to Odd Nedrum? Well, Septi, I understand you. I've been through that as well many years ago. So grab your sketchbook. If you want to have the screen on, that's what I wanted. I'm your painting drawing buddy. So you don't have to feel alone in that kind of type of environment. I wonder how long it will take until people will call me Mama Teo. That will be hilarious. Let Mama Teo guide you, my son. Oh, I really wish you guys can see this in real life. So much nicer than on the screen. Well, I don't know. I mean, I know you, Septi. You kind of contacted me one time during the night. And Mama Teo had to like talk to you and make you understand that you're actually a very talented artist, which you are. I still have those two images on my desktop. Same with Axe. I mean, I don't have energy to teach as I used to, but I've always liked helping people, since I've also got so much help from my friends. But it took me a while to find them. So I was like, if I can help, I should try it out. Wow. If you ever see Odd Nedrum, just tell him that I admire his guts to fight the media of today's society. I would not have the strength to go through all of those people that criticizes everything I do. So I hope you guys are drawing or having some fun right now. No worries, Septi. It was my pleasure. And Hendrix too. I can brighten up the image a little bit. Okay, that's the most I can go. Hey, Andrew. There's no Discord today, but you can always join Axa if you feel like it. Okay, today is just me babbling and answering people's question and just trying to focus on this hand over here because I do want to get a little bit faster because the streams are fun, but now that I'm used with the streaming I don't get as red in the face anymore, so I can actually just paint knowing that there are people there watching me. Paint. I should go back into those fingers. Yeah, let's do that. I need to fix those fingers first. By the way, guys, let me know if the music is too loud when I talk or something. I am gonna go through this program and find some of my favorite music. Like that red. I mean, her face is pretty red, and right now I'm just going too purple, I think. Let's see. Cowbell. Yeah, I'm painting hands. Well, today it's gonna be total class. So, as you can see, I even hid my face. I'm like, I don't like how I look today. It's better hide my face. Like not showing my face is actually quite relaxing right now. Okay, that value is too dark. Yeah, the thing with hands is like they need enough detail to work, but if you add too much, it just doesn't feel right. It's really weird. I've always had this hard times painting hands because of it. You're talking about this birdie over here, right? I mean, I love painting birds. It's one of my favorite, and I'm actually thinking I'm gonna take a photo of this one and add it in Photoshop and see if I can add more birds. Because I feel like they're just two characters right now, but I can for sure add one bird here and maybe even one bird here more in the back. Is it wet? A little bit. So I think that can be more fun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna try to live stream when I kind of start the bird so you guys can see what it means to just paint directly on dry paint and just don't care about it. Can be quite fun. Yeah, I think so. I think I can do much more with this piece of work. I mean, it started as an experimentation, but now it's turning into a painting. And the other, before you came on, I was telling people that I really want to make this. I used to suffer, and I still do sometimes, from anxiety. And I want to kind of express it to see if I'm not the only one feeling that way. So it's like when I have anxiety, it feels like someone is just grabbing onto me, holding me so tight that I can barely breathe. So I want to paint this figure, and you have this hands just tightening, you know, like just grabbing. So it's not going to be just two, it's going to be so many hands just dragging her down or something like that. So I have this image in my head, and I just need to find the energy to work on it. Because if my obsession is now, how can I make something so, you know, it's not a nice feeling, anxiety, but how can you make it look beautiful at the same time? Because I think it's such an important thing in my life, because it helped me mature. It wasn't just a bad thing in my life, it was actually quite nice to have it sometimes. I mean, do you guys suffer from anxiety? Well, suffer, I mean, how do you deal with daily life? So tell me, how do you feel about it? Tell Mama Teo. Let Mama Teo help you. The music is perfect as well right now. It started a long time ago. I was only 6 years old. I was going to Grandmama, and my mom was crying in the car while my dad was screaming at her. I did not understand at start, but with time, things made sense. I started isolating myself from my friends, barely talking, barely wanting to live. Jesus Christ, that's dramatic. Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing for me was when I went to my shrink and I started talking to her, and she taught me how to relax and stuff like that. Because some people use something called mantras. It never worked for me. You know, like when you wake up and you go to the mirror and you have like a piece of paper over there that says, "Be happy and breathe, you're wonderful." And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, this doesn't work. So so totally not for me. You fight it. Someone actually told me that's never good to fight that feeling. I don't know how they do it. I mean, when I get anxiety, the first question I ask myself is, why do I get it? And it's ridiculous because it just becomes this kind of drama that I don't understand anymore why I'm getting anxiety. I don't know, Lord of Onions. I'm glad you're saying that. I mean, I've been actually, guys, just 1 second. I want to change the music a little bit. I want to go back to, what do we want to listen to? Funky and groovy? Nope. Classical. Oh yeah, we're talking about anxiety. Let's see what classical has to offer us. Dunk. Okay. Welcome to the live stream, where all of us feel the same way. We all do want to express emotions, beliefs of what it means to be alive. Welcome. Welcome to the podcast of Mama Teo. Every day, Monday to Friday, on live stream YouTube. Hey, so we're live. Yes, not gluten, like. I like what Vegard said. Bread causes anxiety. You know, I was actually listening to this dude, Jordan B. Peterson, and his daughter. She has complete, I don't even know what illness she has anymore, but she just eats meat. And at the point I was feeling that I was trying to eat less meat, but that means that I had to eat more carbs and vegetables. And that got me so freaking ill. So then I went back to, wow, the music. Okay, lowered it a little bit. For example, when I wake up in the morning, if I ate, let's say, pizza or pasta the other day, I'm so tired, I can barely get out of the bed. Do you guys get this sometimes? I know people, like, I have vegan friends and they eat carbs all the time and they never feel like me. I'm like, how the hell do those people even manage to live? They keep telling me that it's easy. I'm like, ugh, I don't know. That's working. I need to push that finger down a bit. Yeah, I think so too, Vegard. I heard that rice is better than, you know, like, I love mashed potatoes. And I was like, I need to eat something healthier. And then I was told, well, rice is better. But I noticed that rice can be quite bad for some people. It really constipates them. So I don't know if rice was really for me. God, I can't believe I'm talking about constipation on live stream. Okay, so I think I made this finger too long. Ah, great. If this was Photoshop, it would have been so much easier to fix. Ah, you goddamn Asians with your rice. You know, I'm the worst rice maker ever. I can't make good rice. I'm so stupid. Put this much water and then this much rice. Oops, I burned it again. Should have gotten an Asian boyfriend. Yeah, but I live in such a small apartment. I don't think if I get a rice cooker, I will not have room. I mean, there are 2 people and a cat living in a 22 square meters apartment. It's too hard. Way too hard. Use my senses. I don't know, my woman senses are not very good when it comes to rice cooking. I can make other food, but not rice. Wait, I'm lying. There's some dish in Romanian, and I always forget if it's... Wait, I need to link this to you guys. First I need to see who wrote. Okay, nobody wrote from Twitch, just from YouTube. Love. I need to show you guys this one. So, my Jewish learnings. Well, it looks similar to what we eat. This one. I guess you guys will also see the lag I'm having. So basically, we call it pilaf. So you basically put the rice in the oven. So you prepare the meat, you know, like you fry the meat and stuff like that. And once it's fried, you put it in another pot. You put the amount of water you need for the rice, for the quantity of rice you're having, and then poof, in the oven. And it's so good, but I need an oven. I don't have an oven to cook that, unfortunately. I think that's the only thing I miss when I'm not in Romania. And it's really healthy, actually. I don't get any stomach pains from doing that. It's really tasty. And you can do it vegetarian as well. You just don't add the meat. Hey, Truls! By the way, Truls, I got in a very good Horde guild on my server. I think so far it's very good. I'm really liking it. On the Alliance, I feel like it's just PvP with the old guild you remember. But other than that, I think I'm starting to like playing more on the Horde side. My god, those 2 fingers. I'm wondering if I should paint that finger. Even in my reference it looks weird. I might take it away. So that's, which finger is that? That's this finger. So yeah, definitely I can take that away. It looks weird. I can like paint it a little bit here. Yeah, let's do that. I don't like it. I don't know if I've seen Casper that much. I mean, when I go into the guild, the only people I play with is like Illy, Ilment. Not that many people knows me, actually. My brother actually raids with another guild because I don't even know why he's still in this guild. I think he should just leave. So... Okay, this is better. This makes more sense now. I need to go dark in here as well. Wait guys, I'm gonna see my camera settings. I really don't like the image at all. It's quite dark. Let's see. Let's raise it up to 3200 and then take it down to 80. Yeah, that feels a little bit better somehow. Dode, you're welcome to come whenever you want. Dode, I actually know your real life name, but I'm not gonna say it on the live stream all the time. Alright. So I raised this finger over here. It was like really annoying, elongated. I don't know if it's even tangent, but it didn't work with the composition that much. But I think I'm gonna see if I can draw a little bit of a skin tone here, because I still want to show that it is a finger behind there. Here on this side. Maybe like this. Yeah, that works. See you soon, Dode. So whoever is on the live, pick up your sketchbook, go into a digital program, play games, whatever you do, just I'm here to entertain you all. I'm not sure, trolls. I've been looking a lot at painters, the way they paint hands, and I think I'm getting there somehow. And right now I'm painting on another layer, so I have this annoying texture. So I might have to glaze it, and what I mean by glazing it, instead of like painting thick, it can have like this kind of wash color with oil, so I can warm it up in some areas. Hands are not easy to paint at all. Yeah, they're very, even now I think it's really hard. Lord of Onions, push. If you have good paper, really push on that HB. You can go quite dark if you're not afraid of it. Sometimes I render in one direction and then I shift a little bit the direction and go on top of it again, and you can go really dark with an HB pencil. Cat hair everywhere. No worries, Lord of Onions. Trolls, the thing with hands is I mean, you remember when we went to the exhibition in Denmark to see Kreuer? I mean, if you look at those paintings, I mean, Kreuer is a master. He knew how to simplify things and show through values rather than just details, specifically like hands and face. It was really well made. Do you recommend filming or taking photos when making? If your camera can do time lapse, I suggest you do time lapse. I used to actually record while drawing, and it took out so much space, drained the battery way faster. I mean, time lapse is better. If you want to do a video where you talk, that's better, I think, because you talk and you explain while you're drawing. But if it's just for the sake of having something sped up, do time lapse. I mean, that's my experience anyway, and it was quite frustrating when I had to like take all of those huge videos, and it was actually my friend Kirsti that told me to just time lapse. I didn't even know my camera can do time lapse until she showed me. That's how much of an idiot I am. Well, I do want to take all of the videos from this painting that I've done from YouTube and just do a time lapse of them at the end when we're done with the painting. I think that can be quite fun to see the progress. I mean, people like Axe that has always been on this bloody stream, can be fun for him to just see like, oh my god, that's when I made that bad joke. I think that can be super fun. So you see, basically I've been painting a certain value around here, and now I'm just going with a darker tone, and I'm trying to find the edge of the finger. For example, right now, this is what the reference is telling me, and it is true. The value is brighter on this plane over here, and it's darker onto the finger over here. That's one reason I've done the same thing with fingers, because if you look at your fingers, the tips tend to be more reddish and darker. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's more warmer in there. I need to actually read about that. So right now I think that I'm gonna keep the bright tone in here and gently darken the tone onto the tip of the finger. To be honest, I really don't want to make money off YouTube. I don't want to... I was thinking of, like, if I can totally be honest, I was thinking of making a Patreon and go like, hey, you want to see my streaming? If you pay this much every month, you can blah, blah, blah. So I think what I'm going to do is like, hey, if you want to donate, here's my PayPal. That's it. If I want to make money and stuff like that, we'll see. I prefer just hopefully making money off my work, so I can keep the stream as free as possible. But if people want to donate, that works well for me, because not everybody has money, to be honest. I mean, I remember when I was starting off with art, I was poor as fuck, and there were these videos that I really wanted to get, but I had no goddamn money to be able to get them. So a lot of my friends tells me that I'm an idiot for not actually, you know, like I'm giving entertaining to people. So it's not like I'm getting free money. I am doing something to be able to have this stream going. But I know that the majority of people that are watching me are artists that are trying to, you know, get up there and become illustrators or get a concept art job, and they're struggling. They're eating, you know, 5 crowns. I don't know, that's like a half a euro for like fast noodle soup and stuff like that. Thank you, trolls. I was thinking about that because my tips of my fingers are quite warm, so I guess that's the reason. And another thing, I hate money. I know it's a trade we need to have to be able to, trade goods. But I have a weird relationship with money. And it's really weird, but yeah, it's what it is. And it's bad, I have to admit, I don't know if it's because I'm a woman, but I'm very bad at being a business person. I get so sensitive about like, hey, it was actually this much and I'm so sorry, but you sent me too little. I don't know. Alpaflanger style? Does he do it like that? Like just donate if you want? Or how does he have it? I haven't checked on him in a long time. He feels like he's doing much better lately. Mentally. Ah, the noodle part. Yeah. I had my share of instant noodles. I remember that the healthiest meal I could get when I was a student was mashed potatoes with broccoli and vegetables mushed into it. And then I was putting, I was warming it up when it was from the fridge. And I was making a boiled egg and with some cheese on top. And that was, even though that was, let's say, cheap, you can get way cheaper food than that. But it was so good. I was filled until the end of the day. Yeah, pasta. I mean, in Sweden, that was the first time in my life. I think all the time when I say this, an Italian person just dies in pain. Swedish people, they make the pasta and then they put ketchup on top of it. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Stop, please, just stop. It was horrible. Who the fuck puts ketchup on pasta? I mean, I know Romanians are weird. We put ketchup on pizza. And when I told them that, they were like, oh my god, you're disgusting. Yeah, but it's the same shit with us. When you do that thing with your pasta. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know. On the mashed potato, so I know mashed potato with the broccoli mix of vegetables. You can have an egg or cheese. What else can you put with it? That's cheap, I'm thinking. I don't know. I think that's the only thing I was doing anyways when I was a student. Hair flakes. Well, I have enough of that. I mean, all the stress I've been gathering the whole goddamn years. I'm amazed that I still have hair on my scalp. Like if I wash today and the next day is so itchy. I scratch to the point that I start bleeding. Oh well. mean, you're from Norway. And as I know, Norway is really expensive. Like, my issue with going to study at Nedrum was because it was just too expensive for me. I don't think I would have the money to do it. I'm trying not to put anything into my painting right now, but sometimes it happens. I get like this hair, mostly from Misha, onto my painting. That goddamn cat. What happened to the music? I should darken that value. Yeah, I'm gonna darken it more. First, let's see what the hell happened with the music. There you go. I guess. Well, to study his paintings or to study with him? Well, I would love to study with him. I know that you can just go there and you live at his place and stuff like that. Yeah, I go with what Troll said. Misha just wants food. Sometimes when I'm like, oh, I'm done painting, time to play some video games, and I get on my computer, and then when I get into the game, Misha just comes to me and sits on my keyboard and just stares me in the eyes because she wants to play or food or cuddles. I'm like, Mama wants to play. And she's like, meow. I'm like, okay, fine. Cuddles, 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 cuddles. I might have to go back to this finger. I think that I need to let it dry, and after it dries I can just go back to it again and fix it. I'm sorry, I haven't checked the screen in a while, just 1 second. I'm losing myself in the painting. Okay, this is working, so I need to... Yeah, I mean, my cat is quite weird, and I said it before on the stream, I think. When I feed her, most cats and dogs, they go instantly to the food. Dogs, sometimes you need to, like, stop them instead of, you know, like, because they're like, I have food, food, food. But when Misha is getting her food, she looks at the food, then she looks at me, she comes to me, she gives me kisses, and then she goes to the food. So... I don't know if I managed somehow to train my cat well enough so she won't become obsessive over food, or it's just in her character. Because I used to have another cat, and oh my god, when it came to food, it was like she was meowing so loud until she got her food. It was pretty crazy. Okay, I might actually... Oh no, wait, I'm still working on this finger. Okay, good. I wasn't sure if I have to move the screen down. So the thing is that I don't want to go into details. It feels like I'm doing details, but I'm not actually. I'm working with values right now, trying to make it, you know, try to give it planes by keeping it simple before I go into adding some details. And yes, I keep going back and forth because I do see mistakes and edges that I need to fix. Yeah, trolls, pretty much. And Septi, don't start meowing, please. I have enough with one meow. Yeah, it's pretty much what you said, trolls. That's one reason I was bringing up that event that we went to in Denmark. I don't want to end up being one of those photorealist painters. I still want my work to feel like it's, you know, left for the imagination to imagine a little bit. So sorry, if I stop talking, I'm just concentrating a bit. Yeah, this is starting to shape up a little bit. But you know, the thing is that a painting should be always watched from a distance. Like for example, if I come this close, everything is very abstract. But that's one reason right now my camera is very zoomed in on the hands. So at the beginning it looked really rough and very abstract. But if you zoom out and you just see the whole painting, God, I don't even know how to explain it. That's how it basically should be looked at. Vegard wrote, would you hire model instead of using... Oh, yes. I would always hire models if I could. It's so much more fun. The energy that the model gives you... I use myself a lot as a model and I don't take photos. I film myself. I remember at the point I was dressed up in this dress and I was just... not in a dress, in this kind of cool jacket. I was just walking around and almost like dancing, trying to get these weird poses. My camera is not very good. You can get the camera that does this kind of slow motion, really HD kind of blah blah, but I kind of prefer my camera because I don't really want a lot of details. I want a sense of light rather than a lot of details, because usually this kind of HDR photos, they tend to flatten a lot, because when we look at something we don't see every pore and edge. You know, like you have the lights and then you have the darks and then you have the middle tones. And the way I like to do my art is try to go more towards this. Sure, this painting that I'm doing, like the face of this girl, it's very idealized, it's not super real. But I usually try my best to keep the shadows simple, the lights have more detail, not overdo edges, simplify edges by using values within certain planes that kind of separates them, if you understand what I mean. It's like I did here. So you have a darker tone, and then you have a brighter tone, and somewhere over here, this edge will pretty much become softer, so it creates this illusion. Sure, here I have an edge, because in this instance here, it actually kind of works. Maybe around here I need to actually soften it a little bit. And what you're seeing right now on the screen, it's not the final image. I might still go back into it, like I still have to go back into the freaking face. It's still not done yet. So there's a lot of like process, and in the end, it's all about your feeling. I mean, if you want to paint super HDR photos, that's considered art as well. It doesn't appeal to me. I think it's boring. In my case, I prefer when I see more brush strokes and a little bit of an expression rather than just a copy of a certain photo, because we are all copying. I mean, I've been, you know, having photo references for this one. Of course, I've been changing the colors and adding my touch to it. I'm not Kim Jun-ji, for God's sakes. I wish I was, but no. Let's see what Trolls wrote. Yeah, of course, of course. The thing is that, you know, you like what you like. I'm not asking anyone to salivate over my work. I mean, right now my Instagram is tiny, yet I'm super happy to see the people that are following me are really enjoying what I do. And then now I started this live stream with you guys. I want a small community, yet I understand that I need a big community to actually make a living as a fine artist, like galleries and collectors and stuff like that. And I know that's gonna be a hard journey, so I'm like trying to figure out how I can live my life and still continue doing fine art. There's always a job out there that I can pick up, but then I can't do the live stream anymore. So I have to sacrifice something to be able to do this. So what I've done right now, finally today I went to this company that they have a scanner that can scan work up to 100 centimeters. The biggest drawings I've done is 50 times 70 centimeters. So I'm gonna get an extremely high res of my work, and I'm super excited. And I'm gonna have a talk with them and see how I can sell through them, or if I have to do it on my own at the beginning, so I can actually be able to pay rent and buy food and pay taxes, because this is something I really want to do. I want to pay taxes, and in Sweden it's very expensive regarding taxes. So I think sometimes that my style and the way I paint can be influenced by other artists that are successful. I think it's inevitable. I am quite of a weak personality sometimes, and I do look at other artists that are out there and they're making a living, and then I'm like, maybe if I paint like this a little bit, I will get a little bit noticed. But now, lately, the more I grow up, the more of a less of a fuck I give. I want to be myself. I want to do what I like. And if this is not popular, if this is not gonna get me those clients or whatever the hell it is, it's fine. I mean, to be honest, I'm just gonna lower the music a little bit. To be honest, in the end, it's all about you and your journey. I sound so cheesy right now, but it is true. Because what I'm painting right now, it's a lot of fun. I like it. Like, I'm excited to paint another bird, and I love the colors I'm using. And I have a friend that told me, oh, you should paint more colorless, more desaturated, black and white. Have you noticed how trendy it is right now to have just one color value or whatever the hell it is? And it doesn't suit me. I love color. I love blues, I love oranges, and I just want to have more explosion of color, and you know, the market is asking for something else. So I'm like, okay, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Should I, you know, destroy my soul for the sake of it? Sure. If the worst comes to be, I might have to do that. But right now, I just said it on live stream that doesn't work for me. So I will just be lying to myself. Let's see what Trolls is writing. He's becoming my shrink right now. Yeah, but the thing is that I'm also thinking about, unfortunately, you know, I will get old and die one day, but before I die, there's something called pension. And in Romania, I've seen too many cases of people not paying their taxes, becoming old, and barely having any money to be able to live because they can't work and they kind of get a pension. And for example, my grandmother, she worked most of her life, but her pension is like 200 euros, and that's insane. You can't do anything with that money. So I do have this fear. I mean, I wish sometimes Swedish people will know how spoiled they are, but you can't really compare it in that way. We all have difficulties, and I can't say that Swedish people are suffering less just because Romania is suffering more. No, the suffering is the same, it's just very different, because in Sweden prices are higher. So when I tell people like, oh, I sold a painting for let's say 800 euros, in Romania they will be like, oh my god, that's so much money. In Sweden they will be like, oh my god, half of that is going to go to the government. How are you going to be able to live? So it's always this difference between countries. I should move to Romania, but I need to talk to someone before I do that. No, it's hard being a fine artist. I think not only fine artists, like musicians and stuff like that. I don't know what success is. I haven't tasted that success, and I have talked to people that has become successful, and they told me that it's very surreal. It feels weird. Like you have all of these people that appreciate so much what you're doing that they're willing to buy it from you. I don't know, man. Life's weird. All of this is weird. It's beautiful and terrifying at the same time, but meh. I can't control it, so instead of stressing myself with trying to control it, just let it be. I'll deal with the drama some other time. Trells, it feels like you're the only one writing. All the stuff you use for work you can deduct. I think I'm covered for pension. We got a very good social... Yeah, I mean Danish people. I keep hearing about you Danes, how well you're having it. And I'm happy, I mean, that's good. But unfortunately, Romania is very corrupted. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't get this country sometimes. I swear to God, I don't know how people can be so fucking greedy. I can't get it. I just can't. And I've seen people that has, you know, they are rich. They have so much money. And yet they want more and more and more. I'm like, you have enough. Be happy with what you have. I'm not asking you to give me your money. But holy Christ, can you just stop talking about like this is the only thing in life, like just making money and being the best and, you know, controlling everything. Jesus, I don't know why people wants to control things. I get so anxious when I have to be in charge of something. And I think the best example I got was in World of Warcraft, actually, when I used to tank a lot. And when you tank in this game, either you're a tank or you're a healer, and you're very bloody important. And the pressure I had from people, they were talking to me like I was in control. They were all depending on me, following me, and I really hated it. That's one reason I don't want to tank anymore. I think it's really challenging. So if you're a World of Warcraft player and you're a tanker, God bless you. I understand why Blizzard wants to give special treatment to tankers out there. I am, Septi, you're very true. I mean, I sometimes talk with people that works at big corporation, and I don't remember who said this to me. They're like, we always talk about money and how to get promoted and stuff like that. And then I talk to you guys, like, I don't know how to say, simple people, and we talk about philosophy, art. We joke, we do dark humor, and it's fun. And I don't know. If I wanted to make a lot of money, sure, I wouldn't become an artist. I would have become a lawyer, but I don't have a big house. I don't have a lot of things that are expensive. The only expensive stuff I have is like tools for my art. But I can also admit that I'm like super lucky. I have amazing friends. Like I have a friend that bought the easel you guys are seeing me working on. And this easel is not cheap. I would not be able to afford it. And I was using like this really cheap easel I got from someone. And then my friend was like, no, you're gonna get an easel and whatever. I love that woman. Well, I don't know if I met rich people that has a lot of moral. Like this person I'm talking about, she's not rich, but she's wealthy. She has a good situation, and we all always think that they are so lucky and they have no morals. Well, there's some people that if you know how hard it was for them to reach where they are, it's not easy. Some rich people really did it on their own. They really worked hard to be where they are. So it's hard to just go like, oh, rich people are the devil. Not all of them are the devil. They really worked hard for it. So it will be very mean of me to talk bad about rich people. But there are some rich people that has stepped on people to get what they want. So sometimes I'm like, don't judge the masses, judge the individuals, because you can get on a very dangerous road where you just criticize very good people that can really help you. Yeah, right now it is a little bit. Like the camera, the way I'm filming right now, it is as an angle with this one here. Because I can't really have it forward, because then my face will always be in front of the image. And then I have this one over here, because I remember someone really wanted to see what I was painting on. Hey El Mehdi, I don't know if I pronounce it well. So I have the webcam so people can see the whole image, and then as Akse wanted at the beginning of the stream, he wanted to see the details on the hand. So I don't have to like, oh, you want to see the whole paintings? Well, here it is, and then go back to the details. It's too much effort for me. Alright, let's go back into the painting. I've talked a little bit too much about morals. Morals. I don't even know what type of morals are good or bad anymore in today's society. I just want to be honest, as much as I can. Okay, I'm gonna bring back the music. Oops, moving the webcam. It's a very, very cheesy music right now. There you go. Hope the music is okay for you guys. I agree with you, Septi. Really agree with you. So let's make life happy. Like Axe said, support each other and just enjoy life till the moment it will all end. And so it began, the journey of the artists, all struggling for a common cause, to create beauty, to feel the happiness of what art is. The story of the live stream, Mama Teo, every day, well, kind of, Monday to Friday. Oh my god, this is turning into like a weird Family Guy kind of talk-through thing. Talkovers, yeah, that's the one. Alright. Focus, Teo. Enough shit. You guys can talk on the chat if you want. I will look sometimes at you guys. Would you consider doing online tutoring? I want to go full bargain, need some tips. You'll get Norwegian kroners. Ah, that's where the money is, in the Norwegian kroners. I can't promise you, but I might try it out one day to do a live stream where I explain a little bit about the barks. I need to find a way to be able to help, because if let me change the music. It's like, what the hell? It's in morning already. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Shut the hell up. There you go. Whew, that was a quick one. So what I'm trying to find out right now is that if I help you guys with the barks, I need to find a very good way to be able to critique the barks. So I was thinking about using Photoshop for it. So imagine you take a photo of your work, like really good photo, not skewed. So you will try to have your camera as horizontal to the image as possible. What do you mean a Norway theme? Anyways, going back to that. So basically, let's say that you're working on a bargain, you got to a point where you can't see mistakes. You should take a photo that's really horizontal with your image, like no skewing. And then let's say that you send that image to me together with the original. And then I can like look into it in Photoshop, and maybe we will need to be able to share screen somehow so I can explain to you on how I kind of see those mistakes, because art is a visual language. It's not enough for me to just go like, so basically you're gonna do this, you turn that light. You need to see how I kind of change things to reach, let's say, a safer mistake. Because sometimes there might be a mistake on your drawing that it's impossible to fix, so we have to leave that for now and see what is causing that part to feel as it is a mistake. Because I usually tell people that there's another culprit. It might not be that line that's the faulty line. It might be something surrounding it that is giving a sense of bad interpretation of the original drawing. So yeah. Oh, well, it was a little bit too cock-a-doodle-doo for me. So I was like, I don't know if I really want to listen to that. I don't know what was it. Let's see. Where is it? I don't even know where the song is. I have like a huge playlist. Oh, let's listen to this one. It's called December. Sounds very cheesy. Well, I'll try not to expose you then. Okay, you guys talk in the chat. I'm gonna go back into the painting. I need to do something where I can have the chat next to me like this, because I need to turn my back to look at the screen. It can be fun to see the chat and keep on painting and not get distracted too much, because I have such a short-term memory, like really short. At a point I was looking at my painting, I was like, where was I working? Ah, yeah, I was working here, and now I'm starting to work here. Like, that's how bad I am. So I will fix that. I will redecorate my apartment and find a better way of streaming and be there for you guys like Mama Theo said she will. Mama Theo, can you check out my bag? I don't know what to do. Oh, come to me, my son. Let Mama Theo feel that drawing a little bit for you. Well, Vegard, take care of yourself. Sorry if the stream got too weird. To change the battery on the camera. 1 second. You have no idea what we did with the last stream, so this is nothing, trust me. The last stream was more intense than this one. Okay. I have to charge the battery. Thank you, trolls, for your hard dedication in finding the song. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Ramesh. I'm still here watching the screen from time to time. Fix the screen. Go somehow have the whole hand in. So. Gonna higher up the volume a bit for you guys. Hope it's not too loud. It's so sad that you guys can't see the colors as I do. One day I will get a better camera. I don't know. I really try to play with the settings. I can't manage to get the clear colors I can see. Sad. Oh well. He's on Twitch, trolls. I'm using a program, so I'm like doing Twitch and YouTube. Very fancy. Well, I kind of need to figure out how to make Twitch save my videos. I have no idea. Because apparently all the videos I've done, they were never uploaded to Twitch afterwards. And someone told me that I need to make that setting, and I have to sit down and look into it. So yeah. Maybe you can help me with that when you have time. It's getting there, the hands. I think when I'm gonna add a second layer on it, like around here, this is gonna giving me ideas on my next painting, because I have been warming up pretty nicely with oils, so I'm becoming more. I mean, I knew how to paint before, but I haven't done it in a long time, so now I'm finally warming up to it again. It's like going back to deadlifting after a long time. You know the technique, but it takes time for you to warm up to it. Ah, now I see that finger is too thin. Oh my god, guys, it's Friday today. What are you guys up to for Fridays? Anything in particular? Chilling. Shame. I think I'm also gonna chill. I have whiskey at home, so if I want to get drunk, I can always drink it here. It's cheaper. Why are you trying? I mean, why are you tired, first of all? I mean, go to bed if you need to sleep, trolls. Don't force yourself. Ah. Yeah, it's also winter time, so make sure you take enough vitamin D or some energy for supplements for energy. I usually have no energy during this type of season. I get really tired. Hey Daniel. Yeah, I mean we've been live for 2 hours and 42 minutes. I'm not just live streaming and talking, I'm just painting. So grab your sketchbook, yo. Have some fun. Do some gestures. Or chill and play games, I don't know. Do whatever your soul desires. As long as you're having fun. Yeah, the hands are starting to brighten up quite a lot, but it's so wet right now that when I try to warm up the value, it just blends directly with the value underneath it. So I'm not really super happy with that. So I think next time I will need to paint again on the hand. I mean, for sure I'm gonna paint again. This is like the second layer I'm adding on it. What was that game again? PUBG? Sorry if I answer slow. I also have a little bit of latency, I guess you call it. So if I answer slow, it's because it takes a while for you to receive my voice. On your YouTube? Yeah, I can check later on when I'm done here. I mean, I'm gonna play until Hendrik comes home, and then I will stop. I'll need to take out Misha as well. Let's zoom out a little bit. There you go. Here's the hands. Gentle, gentle little hands. Hopefully this is well zoomed. Let's see. There. God damn it, I have such a bad memory. I don't remember when I was mixing. Or maybe, yeah. Hey! Hey, Hendrik. Live streaming. Super cold outside, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, when I had to carry all those drawings to the print shop, it was freezing. And I had gloves on, but you know, the gloves that kind of makes me look cool, but doesn't really cover all my fingers.
Yeah.
So, and that wasn't very smart, but I couldn't find the gloves that are like 100% wool. Those were the only cheap ones I could find.
Yeah.
We've been painting hands.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I will actually need to solve the Twitch. Brie. Someone just wrote from Twitch. I'm so sorry, I have a program, so I'm streaming from both YouTube and Twitch. And somehow this program doesn't go down with the window so I can see who has written to me. And trolls, you will need to teach me how to make my videos be saved to the Twitch, because I have no idea. Or I just need to sit down and do it. Hendrik, can you give me some... Yeah, Misha's gonna start playing with her little rat. Can you give me like maybe 15 minutes so I can paint the little tiny finger?
Yeah.
And then we can go and get food?
Yeah.
Aw, Mush, you're so cute. Playing with your little toy. Ain't you cute little kitty? Do you guys want to see my cat later on when I'm done with my art?
Hey, Misha.
Aww. Don't get distracted by the cuteness. How's work?
That's okay.
Yeah?
I feel like I have a sugar rush.
Sure. What? Did you have buns?
I did have buns.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my lordy lord.
But they had chocolate and stuff.
Oh my lordy lord.
In the kitchen.
I...
So I had some chocolate and then I'm like,
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not, I'm not as used to sugar anymore, so I feel like I have like
yeah, it's like me when I
a
was.
high pulse and like shaky hands and stuff.
Holy fuck, that bad? It's like me on coffee.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm gonna switch off the music so people can hear us talk about our daily life. Boop.
Oh, they could hear you.
No, now they can just hear me.
Yeah.
Yep. So, the thing with sugar, I mean, if I drink too much, you guys are cute sitting on the floor. Yeah. Okay, I'll be done soon, so I will show you to the world of the internet. So it was pretty good. I managed to not talk as much and just paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fun. I mean,
But people like when you talk, I guess.
yeah, I think they like it, but I think they understand that I also need to focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. I'm sure they won't be like that goddamn cunt. She wasn't talking enough. Got bored. Couldn't even draw.
Yeah.
No, they understand. No, the thing is with this live stream is not just me talking. It's, you know, sometimes it's very hard for us to get motivated to work.
Yeah.
So just having someone working there in the void, it's kind of fun to know that you're not the only one struggling with your arts.
Yeah.
So that's one reason I call myself the art body, or lately Mama Teo. Yeah, I think I'm gonna become Mama Teo. Septi said that he will call me that way. Well, he said that maybe he asked if he should start doing it. I'm like, yeah, why not? Let the internet know me. We got a lot of cowboy movies to watch. I also need to watch Twin Peaks this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So I can start drawing that.
But you're gonna be playing
World of Warcraft.
Pathfinder this weekend. So.
Oh yeah, I got role playing going on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot
You're
about
playing
that.
Pathfinder on Sunday.
I kind of want to, but at the same time, I just want to paint.
I know. But you do enjoy it when you do it, right?
Yeah, I do. Right now, we are in a deep, bad situation. We basically ended up on a spaceship, and we got attacked pretty much like an alien scene. So I'm the only one not infected. I'm playing like a space elf. So, but I was almost killed. My character almost got killed, but I rolled enough to not get infected. So right now we're thinking of making a story because we are pretty much stuck on this spaceship because we didn't stay behind on our own spaceship. Ugh. So someone stole it and flew away with it.
Yeah.
We think that it might have been someone that did something bad and wanted to get away from it, and now we are either supposed to find out who the hell killed all the crew on the spaceship, or if they're still alive, because we just found out that they were mining something and they found something. Duh.
Yeah.
That's space all the way, yo. So we'll see how that's gonna go.
Yeah. You kind of lost me at Space Elf.
Ugh, you're so not nerdy when it comes to role-playing games. Mocap, hello. You've been before here, I remember that. We're almost gonna, well, I'm not gonna be done with this painting, but I'm gonna stop soon and I will continue later on. I do have moments when I feel like I should live stream during the night, but...
While you're sleeping.
While I'm
camera,
sleeping.
Showing us like...
Hey, do you guys want to watch me sleep? Like snoring like a lunatic.
Yeah. And then there would at least be video evidence of you stealing the blanket every night.
I'm not stealing the blankie. Holy fuck-a-moly. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm not stealing the goddamn blankie. I have to cover you during the night.
Yeah,
because you
you
uncover.
keep- yeah,
No,
because you wake
no,
up after you
no.
steal it.
You put your leg on top of the blankie,
Yeah,
and then
but
I have to like
that's
punch
not the
you.
blanket you steal. You
No,
steal
that's the blankie.
The one that's like covering our
I don't want to
torsos.
argue about who steals the blankie during the night. Okay, I don't steal the blankie. Seriously now, I'm super serial.
Yeah.
And the thing is that you put your leg on top of the blankie,
Yeah, I know,
and
but
can't
that's
even
not the one that keeps going missing during the night.
Oh, for fuck's sakes! I'm still with you. Should find someone rich and just do arts on the side. No, but I don't steal the blankie. Period. And I told you, you can always come with me to IKEA. I know you don't like doing that because you're a guy. And we can buy stuff so you can have your own goddamn blankie. So you don't have to complain
Last
about it.
time at IKEA, I was looking forward to like getting the either the hot dogs or the like meatballs and mashed potatoes. That you
But
can
that
get.
didn't
But
happen.
They didn't have them.
Oh my lord. Something's
Yes.
happening to Sweden.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blankie thief.
It's when we went with my mom and stepdad.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
I was like looking forward to just letting you guys peruse the store while I was gonna sit there and eat.
I know you hate this kind of shit, but next time we're gonna go to fucking IKEA, you will have to be the man and look for stuff with me.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm dumping your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how the live stream always ends up with us kind of like talking. Yeah. I think it's so. I hate this. The screen. Look at the screen. Look at the colors on the screen. I just want to kill myself when I look at the colors of the screen and then at the actual painting. It's horrible. Troll said that he has a spare blankie. Yeah, you guys can share that. God damn it. Blankie. Okay, definitely I will need to come again, like brighten up this value and stuff like that. I'll need to fix the fingers. God, why is it so hard to paint a hand? It's really, really hard.
Misha looks like she's tired of my bullshit.
Oh, I'm tired of your shit. Whoops, I hope that wasn't too loud. Something fell on the microphone. Okay, time for you guys to see what has happened here. And Troels said that you can always go to Denmark and live with him and share the blankie.
Yeah.
It didn't really say that, but you know,
Yeah.
just saying. Okay, let's show the peeps what has happened. Ow, ow, ouch, ow, my legs. Oh, my legs, that was my legs cracking. Oh. Alright. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. I hope, there you go. Oh my lord, the colors are horrible. They're so bad. But this is what
On the
we've
screen,
managed.
you mean?
Yeah, the screen is just horrible.
Well, it's more desaturated.
Yeah, I noticed that. I wonder what the hell happened. Yeah, it looks really weird. But anyways, I'm trying to show the whole image. Voila! Let's see if I push this button here. No, it doesn't work. I'm not sure if I'm like sharpening the image or not. I can't really see. But this is the image. So we've been working on the hands. And now you guys wanted to see the kitty, right?
Oh,
Oh no!
she's running.
No, don't move. Misha, stop moving.
Misha! Misha!
She's gonna be diabolical. What's she doing? So that's the little cutie pie we have. That's our baby. And this was the palette that I've worked with. This is how I cover it. Right now it's not as much. I usually tend to cover all of this up. But since I've worked on something very small, this is the setup. So you guys can see. References. My usual things that I have. And my tiny little art. Now you guys know where to find me and how to kill me. Alright, coolio. Let's stop till I don't get people super bored of my shit. I know I'm full of shit sometimes, but you know. I can't believe how horrible the picture is. Oh my lordy lord. So guys, whoever is watching, thank you so much. I hope I will see you guys next week. I might actually paint on it during the weekend, because I think I've noticed some huge mistakes, unfortunately, right now in the painting. I think I might need to make the hands bigger. What do you think, Henrik?
Oh, maybe her left hand, the one on the right there.
This one?
Yeah, it might feel a little bit small.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably easily make them a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed the volume
Yeah.
here is very thin.
Yeah, I think you can make them a bit
Yeah, I'm
bigger.
gonna do
but
it
I think
now.
it's easy.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, take care of you guys. Guys. Have a nice weekend, and I hope to see you guys next week. Signing off, Mama Teo. Make sure you guys eat. Bye.